Shalom, shalom. All praise to Yah through Mashiach Yahushua, for surely his mercy endure forever. I'm your Officer Banakah, teaching you today, all right, on New Man, New Hands. All right. In this installment, we're going to be talking about when you first come into the truth and you see all these business secrets coming out, but you want to direct yourself accordingly, right? From my experience, I want to share some things about business while you're working under the Most High. All right? Because it's a beautiful thing to come into the truth and to experience all the things that the Most High is teaching you through his algorithm, the Word. You know? He's letting you experience the Word and see everything. All right? But you have to understand some things, even from our experience, the experience of the soldiers, you know, of how to deal with certain things. You know what I mean? Because you may fall. I mean, you may want to use some kind of sly cunning against your neighbor, you know, to get up. You know? You may want to over splurge, you know, treat yourself like a king. You heard that you're a king, you know, in this truth. You heard that you're royalty in this truth, and you wanna put the ice on, you wanna lather yourself up, you wanna make yourself shine and all that. All right? But we have to learn that there's a proper balance to everything. All right? And you need to hone in on the function of wisdom. The very function, the perfect way of doing a thing. The one way to work out what you're doing and what's put in your hands. You know? How to do anything, basically. All right? So we're going to get Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. The code of the Israelites. Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to God and the Father by him. All right? This is a code. All right? This is giving courtesy. This is a code to show that you're doing things through Hamashiach Yahushua, our King. All right? So by this, you know you're restricted to a certain path. All right? When you come and serve the Most High, you are restricting yourself for discipline. All right? You're restricting yourself to your old ways, your heritage, so you can live. All right? Because maybe you learned that you can't live any kind of way or you'll destroy yourself. All right? That's true. So you have to learn under the discipline of a Mashiach Yahushua. All right? Giving glory to the Father. All right? So let's get into what people do when they don't give glory unto the Most High. All right? Because I'm sure all people coming into the truth, I'm sure you're going to witness to this script right here, who these people are. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning within themselves, but not aright, our life is short and tedious, and in death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. So they're saying, we just came here, we're going to go. All right? We came for a time, and sooner or later we're going to die. All right? This is the way that man lives. You know, this is just what we're allotted to. All right? You'll find people saying this to you. You know, just live it up, because this is all you got. You know, you're alive, do whatever you want. You know what I mean? Let's get more. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. Let's go to 6. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part in our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. All right? So you know this is the so-called white man. This is how he thinks, you know? Because if he doesn't believe in Christianity, he for sure believes in this. All right? He knows that this is his time and he only has this. He knows that he messed up the earth and all he can do is just live it up however he can. You know? So you know a person like this. This is Esau, but this is also some of our brothers. All right? And a lot of our people come into the truth learning from those same brothers, you know, living it up to this new discipline. All right? But I want to make sure that certain parts of the discipline are instilled inside you, because you cannot bring certain parts of what they learned. You have to relearn who you are. All right? Because first of all, to come to the truth, you have to come as a little child. You have to come as a baby. All right? Because you're basically learning Hebrew logic. All right? You're basically learning truth. All right? Unadulterated, unperverted truth. You know? We give you the scripts exactly how it is, and you understand it. All right? So to instill the truth inside you, to make sure that you're reinforced in truth. All right? We're going to go over certain parts of what it is to work under the Most High. All right? And I'm talking about field work, plantation work. You know? When you have to go out to the plantation, as we call it, Shalom, Shalom, Don Israel. Khan. When you have to go out to the plantation, as we call it, and you have to work to get yours. All right? You can go get yours, man. You can go work and you can go get it. That's fine. But you got to have a conduct. You got to have a code about it. You know what I mean? Because now you're under the company of the Most High. All right? You're not by yourself. You're not trying to be a heathen anymore. You know? You're under the company of the Most High. You're a representative. You cannot conduct yourself any type of way. It does not work. All right? Even when getting your money. All right? Even when getting your bag, you cannot conduct yourself any type of way. All right? So let's square some things out. Let's get Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2, and then we'll get Proverbs chapter 11, verse 4. It's basically saying the same thing, but in different ways. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. 11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. All right? So from these two witnesses, you understand that you have to get your money right. All right? Because that's not going to save you. The Most High is not going to let that save you when you're under real pressure. Because real pressure is coming. All right? The Most High is going to bring that real pressure, that real smoke to everybody. And everybody's going under fire. Everybody's getting tried. All right? When you're going under that pressure, that same riches, the Most High is not going to let that profit you. He's not going to let you escape with that. All right? When you need that the most, it's not going to be there for you. He's not going to let it happen. All right? And you coming into the truth, you know the Most High is in charge. You know everything belongs to him. All right? So you got to get it correct. You got to get it right, because in the end, he's the one he's going to be vouching for you. All right? Hamashiach's going to be your advocate, and the Most High gets the final say. All right? So you have to get it right. The way that you get your money, you have to get it right. All right? Because we have some time. All right? But unless you want to be hindered, because there are hindrances coming from the devil, as we are at war every single day. But unless you want to be hindered by God and knowing that is God, just hindering you because of your wickedness, and now you got to search that out. You got to follow according to his architecture, how to work, how to be honorable in work. All right? So I'm going to let y'all know something. There's karma in the Bible. There is karma in the Bible. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. He says he's going to liken his judgment unto a ring. All right? Like as there is no slackness in the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. All right? So the Most High is going to let you have your way, but remember, he's a father, so he's going to come back to get you like he gets everybody. All right? And the way that he comes to get you in the end, you're going to know it's the Most High. There's no slackness in the last. You're going to know it's God. You're going to know only God can get you just like this. Only God has seen me to do me like this. You know what I mean? That's why we got to seek his mercy every single day. Because we trip and fall as children, But we gotta keep ourselves and learn how to keep ourselves according to his precepts, his law, statutes, commandments, and also the precepts. All right, because all of that encompasses the Most High's way. All right, all that is juice for you, all that is record for you to keep the way of the Most High. All right, it's a part of the law to keep his way. All right. Because I'm going to let you know something. The Most High did give all his knowledge unto Jacob. He gave all the world's knowledge unto Jacob. All right. His son. But there's a special thing that you get to experience when you know your God. All right. Because in knowing your God, you understand everything that's around you. When you understand that the Most High is a man of war, you understand the balances that the Most High has in place. The good versus the evil. Why certain things have to be. Why is everything a fight all the time in your life? I mean, the Most High is a man of war. There's always that struggle. Right? But you also learn basic things of nature. Let's get that. Daniel chapter 11, verse 32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. All right? If you deny what the Most High is showing you, the Most High is only is trying to show you truth. If you deny what the Most High is giving you as your heritage, all right, you're not gonna know the truth. You're not gonna know how to conduct yourself. All right, you're gonna be learning from some other person. You're gonna be learning from the white man on how to do wickedly. But the Most High is gonna show you how to do exploits, how nature works, how their laws work. He's going to show you ways around the laws. The Most High will do that for you. He will make people bring out information to help you exactly when you need it. All right? But you got to know your God. You got to know when he's doing things. You got to know why he's doing things. All right? And you got to know the history of things that he does so you can know your God. All right? Because then you will do exploits. All right? Because just the same way as the Jewish do their exploits, and they try to keep the law, quote unquote, it is for you to do exploits. It is for you to to know all the loopholes. All right? It is for you to know. It's for you to be able to find your way around the system. All right? Even if you are in captivity, it's for you to know these things because you're a Jew. All right? You have to have the knowledge. All right? It's for you to know. All right? You're the salt of the earth. All right? But there's something important you have to understand when you're doing business, because there's a lot of patience that goes on in being in the truth. All right? And if we get Luke chapter 21, verse 19, we get there right quick. Because you have to have patience to not run around and be caught up with everything when you know you're down, when you know you want to get something. A lot of our people don't have patience. All right? A lot of our people do not have patience and will not wait for the Most High. All right? But it's a funny thing. When you're in the truth, you know when it's the Most High that brought you down. But you won't wait for the Most High to bring you up. All right? I'm telling you, when you sign on for the Most High, when you decide to follow his commandments, he's going to show himself in your life, and he's going to use you to show himself to other people. All right? Because I tell you this right now, it's like everything is marketing for the Most High, especially you. You're like a tool for marketing for the Most High. All right? You do right, you glorify the Most High. People know it. People see what true royalty is. All right? People learn how to work because of you. All right? But on the flip side, if you don't do right, the Most High can be like, I told you so. And another brother will be like, the Most High said it. You know? So if you go out and you look all stupid in the streets, the Most High told you how to handle yourself. All right? And that's also going to make the Most High look good. All right? Because it's gonna show that it's not a man's way. It wasn't your way. It was the Most High's way. So the Most High is going to get his either way. All right? But let's get that. Luke chapter 21, verse 19. In your patience possess ye your souls. All right? I had to come to this. I had to come to the fullness of this when I've been cast down by the Most High a few times. That you do have to have patience. You can't run around thinking, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix that? You know what I mean? Even with a lot of brothers, that's our immediate reaction, because out in the world, it's either you get it, it's either you got it or you don't. You got to get it if you don't have it. You know what I mean? That's how you think. Right? But you have to have patience, because in the same way you don't have patience, you will make exceptions for things that are not you. All right? And that's very important, because you will become not you very quickly when you don't have patience. You will kill off the persona, the glorious persona that the Most High gave to you. You will remove that from you. All right? The way that you talk, the way that you act, the way that you conduct yourself, you know, your charisma, your uplifting, your vibe around the people. When you don't have patience, you will tear off everything and go to any length trying to get your money right, man. Trying to get you right. But you have to understand, you have to put the Most High first in all of it. And what would the Most High say in this situation? All right? You can't quickly go off into the world. That's quickly going off into the world. All right? You're dipping your foot somewhere where you shouldn't be. Because you have to be like Abraham. All right? You want to be called children of Abraham, that means you're trying to be called children of faith. All right? Because Abraham was a faithful man. He left his family in the hands of the Most High God. All right? Left his wife in the hands of the Most High God's laws, in the hands of the Most High God's judgments. All right? His son, he left to the Most High. All right? So you have to have faith, man. When you come into the truth, you have to have faith in the Most High. That he's going to bring you up. Because he's the one that bringeth down and bringeth up. All right? But in that season, when he does that to you and he's moving things around you, you have to have patience, because you have to maintain yourself. That's how you maintain yourself. Because if you don't do that, you will not be the same Sure, you won't be in the same way as when you come out, but in the wrong way. All right? You might be spiritually missing a few teeth, a gap of hair, you know? Because you let Satan run amok all through your mind, thinking about all these things. Well, the Most High is the one that brought you down. The Most High got you. He's holding you. He's dealing with you. All right? So you got to have patience. That's how you possess your soul. All right? So let's get to a classic. Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. God, Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. All right? Because like I said, the Bible, the law, is like an algorithm. It happens. It always happens. All right? You know how to move because the Most High tells you how to move according to his algorithm. He gave you his law for the betterment of yourself, even in business, even at work. All right? It's there for you to have the high end even at work. All right? It's there for you to be blameless at the end of the day. That's why you got the laws and the precepts. And that's why you have to meditate on those things. All right? Because when you meditate and you give thought to that, first of all, the devil has no playground in your mind because you're meditating on the laws. All right? So now when the Most High wants to download you with some wisdom, now you have the precepts to back it up and teach somebody else. All right? But you got to let your mind fester in what's good for you. All right? You can't be letting your mind fester in negativity and things of the world, man. That's how you build yourself up. That's how you build up your understanding, is when you take precept upon law, upon judgment, you bring them together. You see the correlations in what you're dealing with. All right? And you try to muse on what's going on according to the Most High God. All right? Whatever instance of work you have or whatever you're going through, find the scriptures for what you're going through and then muse on it. Think about it. Meditate on it. All right? Because you're going to find the way to deal with it according to the scriptures. All right? And the Most High is going to give you rest in how you deal with it, if you deal with it correctly. All right? This is all just training. The Most High is just training you for what you may be dealing with next. All right? So if the Most High casts you down multiple times, Most High may be training you for what you may be dealing with next, because maybe you need that patience for what you got to deal with next. All right? Let's get a little bit more. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 17. Isaiah chapter 48, verse 17. Thus saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, I am the Lord thy God, which teacheth thee to profit, which leadeth thee by the way that thou shouldest go. All right? And for this, I want you to look at the history of Israelites. Those of you that just came into the truth, or those of you that are searching, all right, that have found the Israelites on the west side of Africa. What were they doing? What were their expertise? What were the specialists? All right, you're gonna find that they were specialists. They were masters in their craft. Those were the slaves that they took. All right, because it was the Most High that gave them that skill. Those are the Israelites, of course. The Most High gave them that skill. All right? You get those skills when you muse on the precepts. When you serve the Most High God forms your hands. All right? You may have hands, but the Most High forms your hands. You may have thoughts, but the Most High forms those thoughts. All right? And that same form is in the scripture for your spirit to bear witness to. All right? So you're going to be able to profit from the skills from just serving the Most High. All right? Maybe the Most High will show you a skill. Maybe the Most High will open your eyes to something. Maybe the Most High will immediately give you hands to do something. All right? But that's all from the Most High. All right? And you have to realize these things to start working. One great way to know your expertise, start serving the Most High. Start serving the Most High any way you can and any way you think you can do best. And let the Most High grow you and put you where you need to be. All right? Because that's usually how it goes. Brothers don't know that they can paint until they start painting in school. Until they start trying their hand at it. You know? Brothers don't know that they can be carpenters until they start trying their hand at it. Sisters don't know that they can sew until they join a sister and suddenly they got skills. So start to serve the Most High according to how he says to serve him. All right? Start being in the nation. Start coming to Sabbath service. All right? Join your school and serve the Most High. Let him grow you. All right? Because you're his children. He's not going to let you do nothing. He's not going to let you have no expertise at all. All right? You're his children. Of course you are. You're already bloodline royalty. He's going to bring you up some way or another. You have to be an expert at something. All right? You came into the truth. You're going to be doing something. All right? So let's get to some things before I get to 3 major points. 3 points that I found while I was working, all right, that I wanted to bring to you. We need to get to the balances of the Most High. All right? So we're going to get to Proverbs chapter 16, verse 11, and Proverbs 11 and 1. Oh, God. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. Right? Proverbs 11 and 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. All right? So obviously, even before you fully came into the truth, you must have known, or maybe you have not known, that there was a balance of things. All right? The Most High has a balance of things. You can't go to one extreme and think you're going to cover everything. You have to understand the entire precept. All right? You have to understand the entire function of wisdom of what to do. All right? Because if you don't, you may be going off and not know it. All right? Because the Most High gave us precepts on how to deal with things. You may go off on a thought because you don't have enough precepts. Okay? So let's get a precept on speech when it comes to sales. Right? Let's say you're in sales. Okay? You can't expect yourself to be speaking lies all the time and thinking that you're acting as an Israelite during work. All right? Nothing but lies come out your mouth. Let's quickly get some precepts. Because I'm going to show you what you may be trying to do. But then I'm going to give you the precepts on how to deal with what you're trying to do. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 11. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 11. The words of the wise are as goads. What are goads? Goads are little pricks that you prick oxes with to make them move. All right? So when it says the words of the wise are as goads, those same words that they're using are specially said to make someone act, just like in sales. All right? In sales, they give you a script. You learn the script because they say, oh, this script has been is the epitome of our work. You know, this script has gotten us so many sales, and we just stick to this script. This is our formula. Don't deviate from the script. Right? So you use those as wise words to goad somebody. But here's the problem. In sales, they teach you guile. You know, in the world, they do teach you guile. Sly ways to make people move. Things to say to make people do certain things. Or maybe you're just selling dishonestly. Right? But if you want to have a good day, all right, if you want to have a good life doing what you're doing, you as an Israelite do not want to use guile. All right? Because you got to understand, was Hamanshach using guile? Hold on, let me get a precept real quick. Let me get a precept for guile. Because you want to hone in on the function of life. You want to hone in on the function of wisdom and what you have to do properly. The one thing that you have to do what you need to do for work right. God. Let me get 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. All right? Now, this might be hard for Israelites. I'm going to attribute this to Jacob only because Jacob is just a planter. You know what I mean? So it's kind of in you. You kind of know these ways of how to get over on people. All right? This is like your special skill. All of us. Right? However, speaking guile, especially to your neighbor, all right, you have to stop because you won't have good days. You will have to keep on going back to what you said. All right? It's as a lie. All right? You're not here to swindle your brother in the truth. All right? You can show forth righteous sales techniques. You just got to tell them what the product is, the way that they are supposed to learn it, what they need to know. Let the product do the work. All right? Whatever they're looking for in the product, whatever they're looking for in a solution, tell them about that. You can tell them about that. Don't hide nothing from them, though. All right? Let's say you're selling an insurance plan, right? If you got a bad plan, if you know you part of a bad company, you got bad plans everywhere. Don't tell your brother and your sister, this is like United Health, the Blue Cross Blue Shield, and this is gonna take care of all your problems. No. Tell them, hey, I know you're looking for this, but this is what this has. This is what this has. This does not cover this. You know, tell them the truth. All right. You'll still point them to where they need to be. You're using your words wisely as goals to point them in the right direction. You need to do that. You can't guile them into a sale. All right. And I'm saying that specifically because in sales, they teach you guile. It's like sales are melted with guile. You know? Just to get the sale, just a little bit of snakeism, just to get the sale. All right? But you can't have guile in the way that you're selling, man. You will not have good days, man. And I'm here telling you as your brother, you cannot be speaking guile, having sales, speaking evil, man. All right? That's not the way to act perfectly. All right? Let's get to another part. Let's say that you're not in sales. All right? Let's say you just came into the truth. You learned that you're a king, and all you want to do is shine. All you want to do is wear your oils that you got from the priest and wear your grill, man. And all you want to do is, ride in a nice cars and tell everybody, Kwame Asharilla, a solid gold menorah. All praise. If you got one, all praise to you. More power to you, man. But you want to shine all the time, man. You want to spend your money on just glorifying yourself as an Israelite. All right? Or as anything else. It's fine to do things in moderation. You do have to make sure that you're giving glory to the Most High God. All right? Through Hamashiach Yahawashai. All right? Because that's where everybody's eyes need to turn to. All right? You need to make sure, because our people have a problem with trademarking. Our people have a problem with giving credit where credit is due, man. When the Most High give you some shine, you're going to add on to that shine, and you're going to take all the credit for it, man. You better give credit where credit is due, because the Most High will get your behind for that, I'm telling you. Let's get Sirach chapter 14, verse 11. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering. Remember that death will not be long in coming, and that the covenant of the grave is not shewed unto thee. Remember that death. Do good unto thy friend before thou die, and according to thy ability, stretch out thy hand and give to him. Defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. Shalt thou not leave thy travails unto another, and thy labors be divided by lot? So it's saying, hey, if you have space to have a good day, if you have space to buy your ability, to give a little bit of rest to yourself, to do good unto yourself, do that thing. You know what I mean? You don't go overboard with it. You don't have space to go overboard with it. All right? You're not going to be profitable at work in what you do, going overboard and glorifying yourself. All right? Don't be going to the spa as a man, getting your nails polished and going to the spa every weekend. All right? You got work to do. All right? If the Most High gives you space and he gives you a little bit of comfort, all praise to the Most High. All right? And you're still able to do what you need to do, all praise to the Most High. The Most High gave you that. All right? But you need to have a balance. You cannot overindulge in those things. You have to have a balance. All right? You can't just, even if you have the money and you like drinking, you can't be going out to get drunk. All right? Every other day, you're going to go buy a 40. All right? Just because you got the money to do so. That's not moderation. The Most High doesn't want that for you. All right? That's unwise. All right? Let's get Proverbs chapter 21, verse 17. Because you have to hone in on the function. He that loveth pleasure shall be a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. All right? It's a dream of all of us that we become self-sufficient, that we have enough. All right? We don't want to be poor. We don't want to be low. We don't want to be down. All right? But if you let your desires overtake you, you know, these costly things, the Mercedes, you know, the Scat Pack, the Hellcat, you know what I mean? If you let all your desires run you, you're not going to be rich. All right? That's not of the Most High. That's not the Most High's way. That's why you can't get rich like that. All right? And if the Most High does not let you get rich like that, you understand who's in charge over you. All right? So don't think you can do all things and glorify yourself to the max and think you can do whatever you want. The Most High is going to be cool with that. The Most High gave you a way of moderation. Because if you do not maintain yourself and your finances in moderation, when the time comes, you're not going to have any. And the same things that you use to maintain yourselves, you know, the same things that you use to glorify yourselves are going to run out. Because the Most High gave you that chance and you messed that up over and over. All right? So let's get one last one. And this is one more to my heart because this is something that I actually had to learn in time. All right? So when we come into the truth, you know, we learn righteous ways. Let's say you know the things that I've said. All right? You know not to over glorify yourself. You know not to speak God. All right? And you know you just got to work and you got to keep an honest life, you know, honesty and working and all that. Just work hard. All right? Like an Issacharite. Right? So let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So whatever the Most High gives you to do, you got to do it with your might, your strength. And you have to put all into it because the Most High allotted that to you. All right? You cannot neglect putting and bring out the best in you to bring out the best income in what was given to you. All right? You should want that. All right? Even if it's your family, even if it's your son or your daughter, the Most High gave you a child, you can't be neglecting your child because you want the best out of that child, man. You want that child to be a child of the Most High, to the Most High, right? So you got to handle that with your might in the balance that you have. If you got to do what you have, man. All right? Handle in prudence. Look to your ways before you go there. Handle in prudence so that you can handle things and maintain things. Don't take on too much that you can't handle. All right? Because then you'll have an off balance going here and there. All right? And that wasn't using prudence because now you're everywhere expending yourself and things are going to crash down because you don't have the structuring for that. All right? But let's keep on going. Because there's a flip side to this. All right? Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 11, verse 11. There is one that laboreth, and taketh pains, and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind. All right? There's going to be some of our people who are going to run themselves out and still not have enough and not be where they want to be. And it's going to drive them mad. They're going to get angry at the Most High. Going about, why is this so? Why me, oh Most High? All right? When the Most High brought you down, all right? And now you're trying to work to get up, but the Most High won't let you get up. It's because the Most High is trying to show himself to you in a way. He may be trying to glorify himself in this situation. All right? But you have to see these things so you don't fall. All right? Because if you keep going, again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate. and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. All right? This is something that I personally had to learn. Because I don't mind working 4 or 5 jobs if I have to. The Most High gives me strength to. I don't mind doing that. You know what I mean? But here's what I learned. When I let the Most High be the Most High, when I say that, okay, when I finally admit that, okay, this is a situation that the Most High put me in, I can't move from this situation because the Most High God put me in this situation. This has to be a God. This is a God instance because there is no other way. Only someone who's been watching me can bring me down like this and do this to me and keep me down like this. All right? In those instances, you have to have faith and wait on the Most High. All right? Let's keep going. Psalm chapter 127, verse 1 to 2. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows. For so he giveth his beloved sleep. And I'll tell you this, for a time, I didn't like sleep because I didn't see it as profitable. And a lot of others too, because we wanted to get what we needed to be. All right? But I tell you the truth right now, in those instances, when I let the Most High be the Most High filled all the gaps the Most High will fill all the gaps that you didn't know that you needed. You know what I mean? The things that you've been thinking about the Most High will handle those things. All right? Let's keep getting it. Psalms 145, verse 14. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfieth the desire of every living thing. All right? So the Most High is going to give it to you in due season. You have to wait on the Most High and let the Most High God be God. Because I understand from us that come from a time that where we have to get it, how we get it, and have to move, how we have to move to make things happen, to make the ends meet. And you don't mind putting the stress on your body as long as you get to that next step. When you come into this truth and you give me your life to the Most High, you have to let the Most High be the Most High. Because the Most High has to be part of everything that you're doing. All right? You have to be mindful and thoughtful of the Most High. Because the Most High is the one that brought you to that point. He brought you to the idea. He gave you the vision of what you want to do. He put those things in your mind. But you have to let the Most High be the Most High. All right? When he brings you down and when he stops you from doing something, you have to let him take control and do whatever he's got to do. In the meantime, chill, read scriptures, get your understanding up, get your precepts up. Don't run yourself out. All right? Especially since you know if you draw near unto the Most High, he will draw near unto you. All right? So when you don't know and you have these things happening, you have to draw near unto the Most High. You have to read your scripts. All right? Because you want the answers. All right. And the answer might just be wait. And that's hard for a lot of people because a lot of our people don't have patience. A lot of our people are, that's what we'll call the children of Israel. A lot of us don't have patience. All right. And sometimes you do have patience. Sometimes you need just a little bit more patience. All right. Because you're going to need it. Proverbs 28, verse 20 to 22. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. To have respect of persons is not good for a piece of bread that man will transgress. He that hasteth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. All right. Whenever you go after a better estate, all right, knowing that the Most High gave you your first, shall I say, your first form. All right. When you come into the truth, you become the new man, your first form. All right. You know how to do it correctly. So you know where to go to learn how to do things correctly. You can look to your brothers. All right. When you don't have patience and you go after those riches and you haste to get there. I understand you haste to get there because you need to fix this situation. But when you do that, all right, you allow your enemy to mess with your mind. You cannot maintain your soul. All right. Then you start to mess up. Then you start to build offenses. Then you start to transgress, all just because you want to get to that next step. All right. Know that your enemy is waiting for that stress, man. Your enemy is waiting to stress you. All right. The enemy loves waiting for your mind. Satan loves messing with your mind, man. But you have to have some type of patience to wait through it and know in faith that the Most High is the one that put you there and the Most High will bring you out of it. All right. So let me close this with 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. I exhort, therefore, that first of all, supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceful life in all godliness and honesty. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God our Savior. All right? Because we're seeking peace. Even when we're on this earth, we're seeking peace. That's why we work so hard. But when we come into the truth, we have to learn how to work in the Most High's algorithm. We have to learn how to work according to the Most High's word. All right? So that you don't fall, so that you don't miss these things. All right? So that you know you got to have that extra faith that the Most High is going to push you and put you where you need to be. That the Most High is going to replenish you in your situation. All right? Because you're trying to be called the children of Abraham. You got to act a certain way like Abraham. All right? You have to have faith. You have to have patience. You can't be having God with your brothers and sisters just to get the sale. You can't be trying to spend all your money over glorifying yourself just because well, your flesh got you. All right? And even in the flip side, when you want to work, you want to get it, you have to know when to let the Most High be the Most High. All right? You're his child. All right? But you got to learn when to let the Most High God be the Most High. All right? Or you're going to leave yourself to be ripped up because you're going to show yourself to not be a child of faith. All right. So what do you think about that, Israel? All of y'all that are watching, what do you believe? All right. Am I wrong in letting the Most High be the Most High sometimes? Because the Most High does show himself in your life. All right. What precepts do you have for work? You know, because there are a lot of people in Israel that will work, you know, in tandem with offness, shall I say. All right. They still bring in the world when they work and how they speak and how they deal. What precepts do you have for them? All right. And while you put that in the comment section for the people to know, Shalom Israel, come back to the commandments. All right. All of you that are coming to the truth, all praise to the Most High. Welcome. All right. The fight has only begun. I tell you that. All right. But keep through the fight. Endure. All right. Because what's waiting for you and what you want is the kingdom. All right. You want to have your name written in heaven.